Hi everybody, this video is going to show you how to take through Design Space the new files to create these two beautiful jugs or pitchers, whatever you call them, and the flower that goes inside them. It's probably going to be quite a long video because this blue one is a print and cut, and I'm going to show you how to bring those bits in. The pink one, these panels are just cut only. So that they're a bit more simple. That's just a cut file, and then we've got the flower to look at, so it might be a little bit longer than normal. These jugs are really gorgeous. They're paneled, they're lovely and strong, they're big. I'll put the size in the Etsy listing, but I'm just looking at them now on my table, and I think the blue one is probably about a foot tall, 30 centimeters, and the pink one is just fractionally taller. I really love them. And this flower is similar to the flower that's in the terrarium file, but I've just tweaked it so it can be cut a bit bigger, but so that things are still in a nice proportion. And I think it makes a really gorgeous bigger flower. So there's a close-up. That's jug B on its own with the flowers just at the side of it. I think it's really pretty. And these panels you get these sort of, it's kind of a Delft pattern, isn't it? And I've supplied those as PNG files that you can actually use in a print and cut project. Right, I think that's all I need to tell you for now. We'll go into Design Space and I'll bring them in from scratch, and then we'll look at how to cut them. So the simplest jug is jug B, actually, the pink one. So we'll bring that one in first. So upload image. I always press browse here, and it's jug B is that pink one, the one that's got the slightly deeper shape at the bottom. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of pieces to it, but don't worry, because as always you get this PDF of instructions. It is a long one because there's two. The jugs are completely different, so it's like two sets of instructions really. But you get this front page always tells you what the SVG looks like, what each piece of it is. So it's really easy to refer back to when you're doing the instructions. You know exactly which piece you should be using. Right, so continue at this window. You don't need to do anything. Upload, and it lands on your canvas already selected. It's a big one, so I'll just zoom out so we can see it all. So your first thing you need to do is ungroup it. That lets you see the two groups inside. The top one contains the lines that need converting to score. We can't make them come in already set to score. It's not like a Cricut Access project. And the second one is where all the cut pieces live. So I'm going to select that one first, where all the cut pieces are, and I'm just going to ungroup it. And you can see they're spread out down the layers panel. Then I'm going to select that top group, go to my operations menu, click where it says basic cut, because that's what they would do at the moment, but choose score from the drop down, and you can see that they've been converted now. And because there's more than one set, we can see that they're on more than one piece. We've got to ungroup them. So now everything's a separate piece on canvas, and we can just attach the individual score lines to the individual pieces that they relate to. You've got to do it piece by piece, otherwise you'll get a message that the project is incompatible with your machine and you can't cut it. Quickest way to do that, I think, click on canvas somewhere near a piece and its scores, drag a box to more or less enclose it, and attach. You don't need to go all the way around because my scores are compound paths, so if you just touch them, it will attach them. I'm going to use Alt A on my keyboard. It's a bit faster and I don't have to keep going over there. I'm using the desktop version for PC, obviously. I think that's it for scores. Yes, it is. Right, so if I just, I do need to sort of quickly explain, these dark green pieces are the uppermost layers. If I can just find a picture again, if I can zoom in a bit there. Yeah, so you can see how you've got the jug, and then you've got that plain pink layer, which I call layer 1, piece, what do I call it? Panel number 1, and then you've got the smallest, thinnest layer, which is panels number 2 in the instructions. You'll see it when you come to do it. So in Design Space, the dark green ones are the smallest, thinnest ones. Obviously these light green pieces are the main pieces that you actually construct the jug from, and then these paler green pieces are the largest lower panels, and the dark green ones are the smaller upper ones. all of this will cut from letter just about, but you might not be able to pick letter on your canvas, but we'll see, because the maximum cut, oh, you will. Maximum cutting size on letter is 26.6 mil, and we've got 25.6 there, so yeah, we might be lucky. Okay, let's hit make it and see what happens. I don't need to save it. Let's just see what paper we can pick. Obviously the panels and everything, they will definitely. So we can pick letter for those, and for the largest lower panels we'd need 3 sheets of letter. You might be able to squeeze those on there if you swap these around and create a bit more space, but maybe not. For the actual main body, can we pick letter? We can. That's great. I'm really pleased about that. So you would need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 sheets of letter for the main body. And then for the smallest, thinnest panels that go on top, again, we can definitely pick letter. You'd need 2 sheets. I'm pretty sure we can fish. If we can use letter, we can definitely use A4. Yeah. So again, 2.5 sheets of A4 for the largest panels. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 sheets of A4. It must be the extra length that just matters. Is it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah, 6 sheets of A4 for the main jug body. And it's going to be 2 for these, isn't it? 2 sheets of A4 for the smallest panels. And of course, you can cut it on 12 by 12, or you can do what I did and cut it from A3. So this is the vase. It's cut only. You're just cutting those overlays, those panels, whatever you want to call them, from pretty paper that you've got, or using a digital paper, printing that out and doing it that way. You could, of course, as well. That's how to cut it. Let's just go back to canvas. So what I did when I actually made my pink one, I didn't print the sheets out. What I did was I brought in, and unfortunately I've taken it out now. We'll bring it again. I have a whole folder that has all the digital papers in that I make and that I buy on Etsy. I buy some really gorgeous ones. Let's have a look. Where are we? Desktop. Digital papers. And I used some lovely pink pastel ones. Pink watercolour, that was it. Yeah, right. So let's just pick, doesn't matter. I'm just going to pick any one of these and bring it in. I'll do that one. That's what I actually made one of mine out of. So you just bring it in as a JPEG or a PNG, whatever it is. Continue. This, I'm just showing you how to use a digital paper here. It's not included with the file. I hasten to add. Apply and continue here, because usually when you buy a digital paper, there's no cleaning up to do. You are going to bring it in as a flat graphic. Select flat graphic and continue. Upload. And eventually, after clicking all those buttons, it lands on your canvas. Come on, where are you? Yep, it's not there, is it? It says it is. How strange. Just going to cut that, go up here and paste it so I can actually see it where I want it. Right, so I made that a lot smaller. I made it as small as my pieces I want to cut are tall. And then I just arranged them on here. And I had to do them all the same way around, obviously, because otherwise the hearts would have been the wrong way around. And then I just selected that and sliced it. Got rid of that, got rid of that. So there you've got your nice little print and then cut panel. And then, of course, you just need 8 of those. It's a 9-sided jug. So you would duplicate that 8 times. And then we need this one. So what I would do here, let's just duplicate that. So we've got it. and see if we can just slice this out. I'm going to bring that to the front, select both of those, align them side to side and top to bottom, and what happens if we do slice? I think you can just slice it. Yeah, you get rid of those two little tiny slots, get rid of that, and if I just zoom in, you can see that it's sliced out that one as well. That's sliced out because it takes the handle, which you'll understand when you come to look at the instructions. Not a difficult project this, there's just a lot of pieces to it, but it's not hard to make and it's really beautiful when it's finished. Right, so that's how to cut Jug B and how to make your overlays in Design Space if you want to, rather than printing out a sheet of card and then cutting from it. Right, not going to cut that again, so I'll just delete those and we'll bring in the flower because that's the next easiest thing. You need 10 flowers for this project. Let me just get back to where it is now. Tangle Crafts, J for jug, jugs with flower, flower for jug. And there it is. So it comes in, just you'll get the size given, but they are coming in at the right size at the moment. SVGs, there's no glitches going on. So just select it and ungroup it. And you could just simply, now then, if you're making it all the same colour, that's fine. I actually made my stamens, just so I actually know what I'm doing. I made my stamens out of purple. I made these out of a very deep pink. I know it won't make any difference, but sometimes it just helps to see on canvas what you're actually doing. And then I made those out of a much paler pink. So we'll go back to pinks if I can and choose that. That'll do, just for the sake of splitting it up. And then you could just hit make it, choose 10 project copies and apply it, and then choose the size of paper that you're going to use. Obviously we can choose A4 letter, 12 by 12, whatever you want to do. I'll just put it on A4 for now. So we'd need 2 sheets for the green. I'm going to make these A4 as well, and it says we need 6 by 4, 4 sheets for the stamens, but we'll just talk about that in a second. And same with, we can't do anything with those. I think you can only get 2. Let me just have a look. Oh no, I got 3. I did get 3 on an A4 by just putting them together like that. But I don't do it at this stage. I do it on canvas, so it's a bit, you can save it as a project and then it's a bit quicker. So I'll just very quickly show you it with one petal, otherwise it gets a bit tedious, doesn't it? So I have written on my wall here what the maximum cutting sizes are for all the papers that I talk about, and for A4 it's 19.7 by 28.3. So I'm just going to bring in a shape, a square. I'm going to unlock it so that I can alter these dimensions. 19.7 centimeters wide and 28.3 centimeters tall. That's the maximum cutting area for an A4. So what I would do is I'd put those on there. I know I want 10 because I'm making 10 flowers. I'm going to rotate that so I can just slot it in between there. Just zoom in so I can make up the most. That's nice and tight, and then I'm going to attach those together, copy and paste. Oops, wrong thing. Select those, copy and paste them, put them here, paste it again. Yeah, I can easily get 6 on an A4 that way. So I would probably just let's just zoom out, move that out the way, select all those and attach them. And just because I can't be bothered changing it again, I would just cut 2 sheets of that. So you'd need 2 sheets of A4 for the stamens, not 4 or 5 as it showed you before. So just get those out of the way. The green we don't need to worry about because you don't get much wasted space there. So again, we need 10 petals. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And then these now we can really slot in among each other. I'm just copying and pasting there. I'm pretty sure I got 5 on an A4. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the 10 I actually need. So I would attach those and I'd duplicate it. So I've got my 10 pink petals there. I didn't duplicate that, I should have done. So I'm going to have 12 stamens, but it doesn't matter for the sake of that tiny piece of A4. You would probably end up throwing it away anyway. Let's just get those out of the way. These are a little bit trickier because they're bigger, but we can still get 3 on by just rotating it and sneaking it in between there. Can't get more. I did try it with different ones, but no, you're just going to get 3 from an whoops a daisy from there. So again, attach those 3 together. 6, 9, and you're going to cut 12 of those as well. So you might make 12 flowers, but anyway, see how you go. And then we don't need to worry about the green. So for now, rather than duplicate that 10 times, I would just delete those for a second and cut the petals and the stamens first. And obviously we know we set it up right, so we can choose A4, 2 sheets of A4, 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of A4 for the big petals and just 2 for the small ones. So you can see that you can save a lot of paper by just doing that on screen. And then you would save that as a project so it was ready to cut, maximum availability on A4 every time. And then of course don't forget to bring back your leaves. And then what you would do is, well, what I would do is delete those, then send those, and this is where you would then choose 10 copies and it would sort it all out for you just onto those 2 A4s that we saw before. Right, I'm conscious of not wanting to waste people's time, so that is jug B, cut only. So now I'm going to, when we've done the flower, sorry, that was the flower, we've done jug B and the flower, I'm going to bring in the slightly more complicated project now, because you can of course do this just as a straight cut. You don't have to use my print then cut files, and if you're doing it as a straight cut, then it's just as simple as the other one. So we might talk about it just as a straight cut for now. So it lands on your canvas selected, just like you did with the other one. You're going to ungroup it. That top layer is the lines that need converting to score. That bottom layer is where the cut pieces are, so just ungroup them. Select that top layer, go to your operations menu, change it to score and ungroup. And then we can attach scores. I'm doing Alt A on my keyboard here to the individual pieces. Remember, do it piece by piece every time. I'm selecting it and going Alt A on my keyboard there, but it's just the same as selecting attach down here. Right, so if we were just doing this as a simple cut job, then all we would do is we'd make sure that we'd got 8 of these, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that would give us the one set of overlays. It's just one set of overlays for this particular jug. I'm talking about, if I can go back, talking about the blue one, that one. This is jug A. And so then we could just hit make it. This, well, I haven't attached the scores to something. That's the little ribbon that goes around the top. So that's what happens when you don't attach scores. You get a mat with just scores on, which would actually cut. So make it. That's better. So we can definitely choose A4 or letter for these. So I've chosen letter there. And the same with these. It would be the length, so if it fits on letter, it definitely fits on A4. And you might find that, well, obviously you would only actually cut one. For instance, that will definitely go onto there, because I think it's, yeah, definitely. It would definitely go onto that one. And you would obviously only cut, I hadn't realised that with the other one, you only cut one of these. That is an arranging, like a little insert that helps you arrange flowers, and that one with the bigger holes is for skewers, and that one with the tiny holes, because you might want to use your own flowers on wires, that's what that one's for. So you would actually only cut one. So I'll just get rid of that one for now. We'll just try that again. So this is jug A just as a cut file. So if you're doing it on 12 by 12, 1.5 sheets of 12 by 12 for your decorative panels, and 1, 2, 3, and a tiny bit, but I think that will, look at that there. I wonder why they put it down there. That's very strange, because it will definitely, if I can see where they've hidden it, there, it'll definitely go there. And in that case, for the main jug body, it would be 1, 2, 3 sheets of 12 by 12 if you were just doing it as a cut file. And as I say, you can also cut this on A4 or letter. But I just want to show you how to bring in the print then cut files. I might not do it with every single piece because there's a lot. I do need one of those. We'll see how we go. Okay, so upload. And as you can see, I've got some of them in my library already, but I'll bring some of them in from scratch. I might use some of those to save a bit of time. So upload, browse, find your folder where you've got this folder called Jug A Print Then Cut Panels. That will be in your download. And if we open it up, you can see that they're all there. So I'm going to bring in, you get 5 different panels for the long walls, and you get 9 different panels for the short walls. You get 1 for the handle and 1 for the ribbon. So let's just bring in one of the long walls. I don't need to bring them all in because I only need to show you the method. So you're just going to hit continue, apply and continue. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to get rid of any background or anything. They're ready to go. You just select flat graphic and bring them in as a flat graphic and upload at this window. And it comes in too big. They all will come in too big. So this is this piece here. So you get your size from that piece and it tells you it should be 3.914 wide. So you just select your PNG, make sure this padlock is locked, make it 3.914 wide, and then it's the right size. And if we just zoom into there, this is the wall it would fit on. You can see it's perfectly sized to fit on there. I don't really want to waste time showing you that with every single piece. I'll just show you it with one more. I'll show you it with this one because you need to slice this one. In fact, I can show you on the one we've already brought in though, but I'll just show you it one more time. Upload, navigate, upload image, browse, navigate to where your folder is. I'll bring in a different one this time. Don't do anything, just keep clicking that green button and at this screen choose flat graphic and continue and then upload. And again, you're going to take your size from the cut piece. Same when you do your handle inserts, same when you do the jug neck inserts. Just take your size from the cut piece every time and then you can delete the cut piece when you've finished. So this, I'm going to use this for the handle. This insert piece is because the handles thread through it. So it's going to be the same size, 3.914 wide. So select that, 3.914 wide. And now what we need to do is we need to use this cut piece, which we're not going to need now because we're making these from print then cut panels, but we need to slice these tiny slots out of the print then cut. So we're just going to select them both, align them top to bottom and side to side, and I'll zoom in so you can see what we're doing. That's not quite right. Put that up there. And then we select both of those and we can click slice. And then we'll just get rid of the bits we don't need, that tiny slot. And there we've got the print then cut piece with the slots cut out of it. Don't know if you can see that. Shall I make my canvas a different colour maybe so you can just see? Yeah, can you see those cut out of there? Back to white. There. So that's how you bring in the print then cut pieces. It's weird that it didn't make that the right size. It should have done. I'll check that before I give it to you, but this should be the right size. Let me just make sure. 15.49. Or go by the length then. Make it, I'm just going to undo that now. 15.49. It's a tiny, tiny fractions of a millimetre, so you don't need to worry, but it will be fine. I'll just double check that before I do the SVG. So I don't really think you would do the same. That's just a... Oh, I'll show you this one because it's got the score lines on. Yeah, that is important. Everything else, these are the panels that are just cuts. They're simple. You just take the size from the cut file, make your PNG that size, and it works, but this one's got scores, so we do need to look at that one. So I'll just upload, browse. This is your ribbon panel. So again, just right, sorry about that. Design Space crashed on me then. It didn't like something. I think it's just a problem at my end, maybe the internet or something unusual, but it did it anyway. So I just started again, and we were just about to bring in the ribbon, weren't we? So we'll try that again. I mean, it said it was my internet, but I don't think it was really. So here's the file. Continue. Apply and continue, and click Flat Graphic. If this will ever go away, which I don't want, and click Continue. And click Upload. So many buttons. There it is. Right, so again, just like you did before, you get your size from your cut piece. So it's telling us, if we look in this box up here, it should be 25.2 wide. So select your PNG, make it 25.2 wide. 25.2. That's it. And then we can select both of those and align them so that we know they're in exactly the right place. I'm just going to zoom in so we can see what we're doing. And then in the layers panel here, you can see what we've selected. We've selected that attached cut piece, which is attached to its scores, and the ribbon panel PNG. What we need to do is select that Jug A basic cut, which is the cut piece, and get rid of it. You can just hit backspace on your keyboard, or you can use the little dustbin there at the top of the layers panel. And then we need to, you can either just select that PNG, send it to the back of the scores. Can you see the scores there? And then just select both of those and attach them, or you can drag it into the group that it was in with the scores, but sometimes I think it's simpler to do what I just did, and then that is going to fit on your ribbon just like that when you make it. So that's the way to bring in a print and cut file that you need to attach scores to. Align it with the cut piece, get rid of the cut piece, send it to the back of the scores and attach them. So I don't really think I need to labour through all the 1 to 11 and 9 is 20 cut then print then cut pieces to show you how to do it. You've got it there. You bring the file in, get the size from the cut piece, and then if you need to slice it, put the cut piece on top and slice it to get this piece here with the cutouts for the handles. I'm going to leave it there. If you've got any queries when you come to make it, please contact me on Etsy or Facebook. The links to do that are in the description below this video, or you can comment on the video and I'll answer there. And I'll answer any questions you've got, but I think I've shown you what you need to know there. If you're working in another piece of software and you want some help with that, I can probably help you there. Even though I only have Cricut machines, I do understand the softwares quite well. And if you just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, it's a bundle of 2 jugs and the flower. It's quite good value. There's a link to purchase that in the description below as well. Don't forget, if you're purchasing 3 or more SVG files at one time from the Tanglecraft Studio Etsy shop, the link is in the description, you can use the 30 for 3 discount code to get 30% off your total purchase. This offer runs all the time, but you need to use that code when you check out. And if you haven't already joined the Tanglecraft Studio Facebook group, join now to get any special Etsy discount codes issued to group members and to take advantage of the free SVG files I give away in the group from time to time. The link to the group is in the description. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.